see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the Love Shack, yeah, yeah. I'm heading down.
Hello Mesa Ridge Grizzlies, thank you so much for tuning into our bi-weekly video magazine. I'm Janelle. Junior year is so hard. Next, we have some words of wisdom from this year's seniors talking about their junior year. They tell us about how their junior year went and give us some pretty good advice. Davis gives us a look into all of it.
Junior year was the hardest in my opinion, mainly because, I had some of the hardest classes I ever had. Like, for example, I had, British literature. That class was hard, dude. Also pretty bad because we didn't get our statues, me and my boy here. Because we went around the school, we got basically everybody's signature, man, and we still ain't get our statues. It's a simple $3,000 statue, you ain't got, it's no big thing or nothing like that. We got all this renovation done over here. We still ain't got our statues, man.
We had 3 front and back pages of nothing but names, signatures, comments, nothing but support. I can give y'all one tip: stay single.
Alan Walker and Antonio.
I got one tip. Don't say British literature. That class hard.
Hey, come to school every day because your grades stay maintained. You don't miss nothing. Also, stay out of trouble and just have fun. Because I felt like junior year wasn't hard academically. It's more hard mentally and physically because you're going through so many changes at once. And you're really gonna see who's there for you. You're gonna see who really cares about you. You're gonna find yourself as a person. So be ready.
Junior year was the hardest because you never get a break and you're trying to do everything all at once. So any advice for the upcoming juniors or current juniors, don't miss school, don't fall behind, get your work done even if it's halfway done. I'm just kidding. Don't fail any classes because you got to make those up senior year, and then your senior year is going to be as stressful as junior year. Yeah. Talk to your counselors ahead of time. Period.
For me personally, it was not the worst year. I actually enjoyed junior year. It wasn't that bad because I got involved. The classes weren't too hard for me. The only hard part was just the SAT. That was a little stressful. But stay involved, get involved, try out for the new sport that you've always wanted to do. Join the drama productions. Stay involved in the school because that'll just make your junior year more enjoyable.
Junior year was the absolute worst year. I feel like junior year wasn't that bad for me, but out of all 4, it was the worst one, but it doesn't have to be. Junior year is a really pivotal year. It's a lot different than freshman and sophomore year, and it's more about growing up and having more responsibilities, more general to life than actual academics as well.
I totally agree with the statement she just said. I feel like junior year is not only just more academically challenging, but the fact that you're going to be looking into colleges, the SAT, you're going to experience emotional stuff also.
This year, the only advice I could possibly give is junior year is not all about grades. I know me, I'm all about grades, but I think mental health is a thing you really have to focus on as well. We would all like to have a great GPA, but you're not solely a number. You're more than just your GPA, you're more than just your SAT score, and I think that's really important to remember, especially junior year.
I think that for the going into their junior year, so not this junior year class, but the next junior year class, I think that you should not try to overfill yourself because that's exactly what I did. I think you should more try to balance yourself out and you should know your limits, and that will help you be happier for one of the mental healthness because you won't be as stressed out.
Junior year is hard. It's probably the hardest year because you have all of these colleges. You gotta get ready for them after high school and stuff. You got those looking up to you. You got the admin on your butt crack the whole time because you're an upperclassman now. Junior year is probably harder. My advice to the juniors or upcoming juniors will probably be stay in your books, man. Stay in your own lane, man. Because senior year is the most fun year ever. even if you do it twice, you know what I'm saying, it's even better because everybody knows you, you know what I'm saying. The problem about senior year 2.0 is some B's over there still. They need to fix that problem. Had that problem since I was a freshman. That was 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying. But besides that, you get to see things change senior year 2.0, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, good luck to y'all juniors.
Prepare to nerd out. Knowledge Bowl is a friendly competition between the different schools in the district. It covers everything from math to sports trivia and everything in between. Ashton Cruz has an inside look into Knowledge Bowl with some of the members.
Why did I decide to be the sponsor of Knowledge Bowl? I was in Knowledge Bowl when I was in high school, and I had a lot of fun with it. I also kind of got thrown into it as well. I originally signed up to help with Knowledge Bowl, and then due to scheduling conflicts, the person who was supposed to be the sponsor for Knowledge Bowl didn't have time to do it, so I kind of took over the whole thing.
I decided to join Knowledge Bowl because I had been invited to the team in middle school, and I liked it so much throughout middle school that I decided to join the high school team. And from freshman year on, I've been just part of the team.
I joined Knowledge Bowl through a recommendation through a friend named Dane Schuler. I tried it out, it was super fun, and I just ended up staying.
Knowledge Bowl covers everything. There are questions about history, writing, math, science, current events, fun facts. There's sports trivia, there's all sorts of.
Some of my favorite subjects, I like anything in social studies. So I love geography, world history, basically all the classes in social studies. And then I really liked the math classes as well. So I really found calculus to be kind of challenging, but at the same time still kind of fun. And honors algebra 2 and trig, that was pretty cool too.
One of my favorite subjects in there is actually part of music history questions that actually show up every now and then, because I get to incorporate my knowledge on past composers or pieces from my orchestra class.
Yeah, Knowledge Bowl is fun. Well, you get, I think it's fun because you get to learn a lot about things that you didn't necessarily know about before then. And you said study. I mean, we practice where I just kind of fire off questions, but it's not like we, take books and we say, all right, you're gonna memorize this page and this page and this page. No, it's not quite like that.
I think Knowledge Bowl is super fun. I don't know if anyone did it in middle school, but it was kind of lame back then. You had the one competition, all the middle schools competed, and it was okay. Like, you got a day off of school. At the high school level, you actually have up to 10 competitions, and one Saturday per month you go out, compete against other high schools. You get free breakfast out of it. It's really awesome. You get to travel, and then we've actually been to state the past 2 years. So we get to spend a long weekend in Fort Collins competing against schools from all over Colorado.
It is extremely fun. I don't understand why people just won't give it a chance. They think it's just nerdy and a waste of their time, or even as a struggle, like an extra class, but it's not. It's relaxing. It actually keeps your mind off things, and it's a time you get to look forward to just spend with your friends.
MESA, Mesa Ridge Defense. Cheerleading is an important component of all athletic events. If you've been to a football or basketball game, you'd see all the hard work they do to get the crowd involved. Natalie Dill has the look at some of our hardworking cheerleaders.
When I was younger, I did dance, and dance really wanted me to get into cheerleading because I really wanted to help out the other kids and just cheer them on. It was kind of funny.
Taylor Tucker. I've always wanted to do cheerleading because it really helps to support our school and like help out other people and just spread all sorts of happiness.
When my cousin did cheerleading, she used to live with me, and I always just like used to see her practice, and I would always practice with her.
My mom is really technically my cheerleader, and she tells me that she believes in me and that she knows I could do it, and I want to get to a college level, and I want to be able to do like a bunch of cool backflips and show off to everybody, because yeah.
My coaches definitely, because they're always giving us constructive criticism and trying to help us be better.
The fact that there's always something you could get better at, like it's more of a competitive thing with myself. Like if I get one thing, I want to get better at another thing.
I was 6 years old when I first started cheerleading. It was scary for my first time being a cheerleader because everybody else had already like cartwheels and round offs, and I felt very unprepared.
I first started cheer when I was 11 years old for competition, and it was kind of confusing because I didn't really know what we were doing or how to do it.
I wanted to start being a cheerleader when I was in 4th grade, and I wasn't on the team until 8th grade, but I did do like all-star cheer, but I don't really remember that because it wasn't really a team, it was more of a just like practice.
After high school, I would love to do cheerleading in college for the University of Oklahoma. Go Boomer Sooner, yes. If not cheerleading, I would like to do prom because it still incorporates some of the dance from cheer.
Yes, because college cheer is definitely a little more difficult than high school, but it's still something that I love to do and would want to keep doing.
I think so. I don't think it's something I could even let go of.
Cheerleading has impacted me in a huge way because between competitive cheer and school cheer, it's taken up most of my time. I eat, sleep, breathe cheer.
It's given me a constructive outlet to improve myself and has helped me boost self-confidence.
Cheer has impacted me because I've made so many new friends and just like so many more connections, and it gives me a sense of like I have a reason that I'm supposed to be here, you know?
Clubs for tomorrow are Choir Council with Mr. Christensen at lunch in room 307, Band Council with Mr. Olivas at lunch in room 302, Coding with Mrs. Andrews after school in room 209, Flight with Mr. Sobin at lunch in room 101, DECA/FBLA with Edmondson at lunch in room 211, Grizzly Way with Lannery and Gardner during advisory, Diversity with Jungling at lunch, and Athletic Training with Mrs. Brittany in the Athletic Training Room. Thank you so much for tuning into our video magazine. Remember, if you have any questions or story ideas, email us at kmrg@wsd3.org or check out our Snapchat and Instagram at kmrg.grizzlies. Thank you again for watching and have a great day.
Stay away, fools, 'cause love rules at the